Hello and welcome back. Today we are continuing our market-focused Russia run. This is the current state of things in the market. I think maybe it's worth, last episode we humiliated the USA and just expanded the market. This is really what we're about here. You know, Russia's really always been about the free market, and the USA is just, they just can't vibe with that. So that's what's going on in terms of this. We did start this play in the interim to vassalize Anhui. This is a pretty good one because we had subjugated them already. It was only like 7 infamy or like 6 infamy to subjugate 3 Chinese provinces. 4 Chinese province, one of which is the highest GDP province in the game at game start, generally speaking, or the highest GDP off the back of subsistence farms. This is just huge population here, 30 million. So this is, we're subjugating this for, we are at 0 infamy when we started the play. We're subjugating it for 6.4. So this is the benefit of, you know, this slow diplomatic expansion, is you get to play nice. Where, of course, the never looks bad on a geopolitical, in a geopolitical way, Russia. And so that's kind of where things are. We also tried to pass a bunch of laws at last episode, so there was that. I think maybe it's worth just taking a look at kind of our trade routes. Here, we, you know, we should have a lot outgoing, incoming, just a whole bunch of trade routes. We're not really concerned with a lot of them not being profitable, except for like the very least profitable ones. And the whole idea is we are trying to manipulate our market in such a way that it encourages certain industries and discourages other industries. But I think we'll just take a quick look here and just do some of our import business and this sort of stuff, because we have been doing most of this off camera, and just we kind of sweep through the agrarian goods, and if we can get a decent looking import, we will just import everything that we kind of can. We have notably a lot of convoys, so we're going to look to push these a little bit more as we try and expand the market diplomatically. We are just running a whole bunch of volume of trade routes is a really good way of going about it, because people will want to join your customs union even without the obligations. So this is what we're doing. And we're just trying to get a big customs union. We're importing all of this stuff because we would rather not produce it, because the landowners do not give as much to the investment pool, which is still a very critical, you know, point for expansion. It starts to fall off at around 800 million GDP, so we got a little ways to go. But for now, it'll still remain quite strong as we continue to, you know, do this. So we will import this, and what this does is it creates additional sell orders in our market that are not from our own industries and are instead from you know, the imports, and this makes it so that the price goes down. And when the price goes down, the auto queue is less likely to build it. You see our auto queue, not a single agrarian building in sight. Also, our subjects, or the people in our market, are also tending to do this because we are trying to specialize and push economies of scale, the other thing, and we have a general like advantage in these types of things. Now for exports, we're generally going to export consumer goods. We're already exporting a lot of them, not expecting to find too many profitable looking exports for anything, but well, we're finding a couple with the British. Did they have a revolution? Maybe they did, because we've seen a lot of routes for them. Porcelain is one of the best exports in the game, because often glass is really expensive, or it is driven up by your, like, you pushing really construction quite hard. And so we just kind of come in and we do a bunch of these, and now, you know, the prices of everything should be a little bit better. If we look, we'll kind of prune some really not very productive routes. Like this one we could probably prune. Wouldn't hate having cheap coal in our market, but that's a really big one to get rid of. It's using a lot of convoys. It should adjust down. A lot of these also we want... Yeah, you know what? It's not profitable because we very recently canceled our trade agreement with Prussia. So I think we just let this wind down, and then we cancel the other ones to Prussia in particular. But we let this just kind of wind its way down because it will reach a like kind of better equilibrium. And so that's kind of how things are going. Would not be surprised to see Anhui back down. They have just about every negative modifier in the book. We have an obligation expiring. Ooh. Is it Russia? The obligation owed to us by Russia expires. Okay, the obligation to ourselves expires. That's good to know. But these guys are minus... we have to... Why don't we mobilize a little bit more? We would rather these guys just back down than, like, actually need to fight this through. We mobilized a couple generals with the hope that they would back down. and we, you know, we have decent reasons. They have bankruptcy, loans, and so minus 87 is a pretty big one. I think we'll also regime change. No, we don't need to regime change. We'll open market as well, just trying to push them into doing this. We'll take the authority hit here. But yeah, the minus 39, that's wild that this is all the level of the mobilization. I mean, I guess we could mobilize a little bit more. We just don't need that many troops, though, to deal with these guys, I don't think. But okay, that's fair enough. If we get them to minus 100, surely they back down, right? But, oh, the compulsory primary school is also a super nice one. I don't think we can increase the... Oh, we can increase the institution. And so we'll also just add a bunch of bureaucracy, mobilize a few more guys, try and get these guys to back down. We just finished passing compulsory primary school, which the industrialists hate. And their bonuses are really good, so we're just going to pass private health insurance now, in particular, because this will make the industrialists happy. I said this will make the industrialists happy. I said this will make the... Does it not make them happy? Does this override that? Does that override that? I mean, these are the guys who are allowing us to pass it in the first place. This is coming from the industrialists. Oh, it's boosting them to +6. I guess we have to exit out, just from a UI perspective. It says it's boosting them to +6. Or maybe there's a delay on that? That's kind of weird. Are they not going to back down here? I mean, we could mobilize even more. I don't really want... we could just mobilize everything. We could always stand them down now. Big money. So we'll do that, and we, of course, will need a lot more bureaucracy where we're going. Persia will rightfully be restored to the customs union now. As it should be. And we're just kind of checking all of these, and Persia comes back, and oh, does that look so nice on the map. After the good shellacking they got last episode, the UK has decayed to minor power, which actually means we can pull them into the customs union, and so now we kind of want to begin the long process of improving relations with them. Unfortunately, we cannot find any more Diplo anywhere, and so we're going to take a look at if we have any trade agreements with any GPs anymore. We do not. We want to start, except for this guy, we want to start antagonizing these guys if we can. I mean, we just need to keep declaring wars and we'll antagonize some of them. Like these guys are coming on down. But yeah, we would love to be able to bankroll the USA, and so we will try and free some up. Notably, now we can roll anarchists, which is nice, but I'm just looking on the Diplo off to the right and trying to see what we can try and maybe work with to free some of our Diplo up, but, like, we're utilizing most of this in a way that, you know, we're trying to pull guys in. I guess we'll just have to start annexing boyos, too, kind of aggressively, and we gotta fill out this construction queue, so, yeah, but... goal is going to be to get the USA. So I found a spot for us to get some Diplo, but it doesn't feel super good. But we're going to end our alliance here with Mexico, which will reduce us to amicable. We're still, you know, they're still pretty happy with us. But what we want is we need another, like, 50-ish. Oh, wait. I thought we had more. I thought we'd have more after that. We got a refund of 300. Oh, and Mexico's now cautious. Hopefully they don't leave our customs union. Oh my god, they left our customs union too? Big sad. That's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. Oh well. Wow, come on. We had such a long history. We defended you so many times and you just leave us just because we nuked our thing? Oh, that's so grim. Alright, we're going to try and find someone we can annex. It's probably going to be over here. No, we need... to generate a decent chunk of infamy here. This will give us 3.5. That's probably not enough. Can we... No, we can't annex these guys. God. I guess we can't go after Kiva because we're friendly. We do want to accrue like a decent chunk of infamy here. Because, I mean, we could go after... What is this? Oh my god. So this is the bug I've been reading about. When there's a revolution, when you resolve it, you just annex them. Okay, so... I mean, we could just launch a humiliation play against the UK and then put in transfer someone relatively big. Look at this. This is ugly. This is ugly, ugly. Cape Colony, Cape Colony. This is British Cape Colony. State in the British Republic. Jesus, that's so ugly. This is such a, like, pretty game-breaking bug, actually, that you annex your subject's stuff. I've only read about it, and I haven't noticed it in this game up until now. Too much. Still trying to wrap my head around it. Who can we dominion or something like this? We just, like, have good relations with everybody is the problem. I guess this guy, maybe? We could just dominion here. This will be a little 10 ball. They are like one of the few people we don't have good relations with. Actually, going after these guys makes a lot of sense. 5.6 is a decent chunk. Plus, they might back down. Let's see how much this guy is. 2.4. So let's go for this guy. 5.6 might back down. Gives us a native interest in the region. We put in war reps, and we could probably enforce pretty quickly on this boyo too. And so that'll be a nice little expansion plan. I think we currently have a rev brewing, and we're not even passing anything. What do we want to pass? I think we might just go cultural exclusion, even though we eventually want to go the other one. We could either do that or start moving towards protected speech. I think we're just going to do cultural exclusion here, and just be sad a little bit. It does make the petite bourgeoisie mad, which does increase our interest rates, so there's that, but I think overall, long-term, it'll be good. So, just trying to get something done a little bit. We joined the Empire of China because we saw that the UK was trying to subjugate them. I hate this UK flag, by the way. And so we joined after France joined, and we're like, oh, okay, we're going to do some stuff. And then now we have AustriaHungary joining, and so we're going to have a big war, it looks like. A little bit of a world war. I think we're just going to pile in everyone on this Austria-Hungary front. I'm expecting that the UK will be able to enforce here, but there's no war goals on us as of right now. Not expecting to see too many war goals on us. So this gives us a chance to damage relations with Austria-Hungary, which is going to be nice without accruing infamy. And the reason why this is nice is because, again, we want to have more Diplo. We cannot rival them because we have positive relations. And so we're just going to come in here and move everyone onto this front. And then we might actually move a couple guys to some different spots. We could put some guys on we'll keep that guy behind. And then I think we're going to move. I really wish we could reverse sway. Obviously we can't. But where's the North China guy? Yep, we're going to move him, and he is going to come in here and look to push around the UK down here. So this is a bit interesting. These guys might not back down now. We'll see. They have a lot of gold reserves, and we have this diplomatic play in another region, so this makes it much less likely for them to back down. Yeah, we're going to have a big war. A nice little big, small, nice war. Yeah. The war is off and away, been going for a little bit of time. We do get a naval invasion in, and we do have, of course, the uprising here. We are getting in over here. This is not really the concern, but we do want to know this gentleman's name. Grigori. We're going to use him with this Bantu uprising. Actually, I think we're going to use... let's see. We have a 15 stack. Is it Oleg here? Yeah, we're going to use Mr. Oleg to land this one, and then he can continue on his merry way. But this war is somewhat important because Austria does have a war goal against us in this war, and so if they are able to push us, that'll be big sad for us. Now, why did our guys unassign from the fronts? A mystery. In 3 parts, also known as random front unassigning, much horror, much anti-excite. But we get guys just randomly unassigning from the fronts after making a beachhead. It's quite, or actually maybe we took that, maybe we had taken these guys off, one of these guys off. This guy got unassigned. I think he was one of these boyos. So we'll put him in over here. We're looking to enforce or make sure that we do not get enforced on by Austria, because this is significant. But getting, yeah, it looks like we're going to make quick progress over here. I think we're going to, given that they do care, we're going to make that the strategic objective. But coming in and taking a look, we cannot afford this transfer thing here, and so we're going to be trying to particularly focus on Austria, even though the UK is almost certainly going to land this guy and enforce on him. There's not a whole lot we could do to stop that, because there's nothing that you can do to defend someone against landing. But it looks like France is rampaging through the UK a little bit here, so this war will be at the very least useful for, you know, long-term plans, and also, in particular, they're damaging relations with us, so we don't have to use the Diplo to damage relations, and then we can rival them. So this will be nice. We got to put stuff in the queue, though. We get cultural exclusion, which is big nice. We will have to drop a consumption tax. I think that's kind of all we have. Yeah, that's kind of what we have remaining going on. We will drop this one. I said we will drop this one, and then we're going to come in and we're going to take a look. A big reason... a big reason why... A big reason why we passed this, or wanted to pass this, was so that we could invite agitators of various kinds, and now we are out of agitator slots. Although one will free up eventually, it's not too big a deal. Just kind of scrolling through, looking how much we are... Oh, Mr. Marx. Can we put a pin in you? We can't. Kind of want to invite Marx for the memes. Oh man, I really want Marx for the memes. Which one of these guys is the worst? Probably this guy. But we can't exile him because we're 16 months off. It's grim. This war's looking pretty good, though. For whatever reason, the UK is not landing these guys. I guess maybe because they're scared of the military or something like this. And so we're just kind of shellacking Hungary here, or Austria, and so they'll probably give up. And then we could see our way out of the war if we want. At that point, we do... Yeah, we're at 0 infamy. Man, we would really like a little infamy source that we could get from somewhere, but none of these guys whom we have obligations on, we can protector it, unfortunately. You know, I wish we could bankroll a few more people. Again, it comes down to this. These guys propose white peace. I guess we're fine with this, because we do want to accrue some more infamy, so we're gonna do this. And, you know, super okay with that, and then we're gonna crush this secession, and I think that's the 3rd time that has revved, which is, you know, pretty fun about that. And then now we need to find a decent chunk of infamy, and like we need a more serious chunk than we've been getting. Oh, actually, these guys are now neutral, so we can dominion or puppet these guys. I guess we would want to puppet them. Yikes, man. We gotta find a little bit bigger of a war. Is there another one? These guys are about to not be neutral. How much will dominioning UA cost? 4.5. That's almost nothing. It looks like Austria is likely to join against as well. That's kind of... Can we just dominion these guys? That's too much, though. We want like an in-between. We need an in-between amount of infamy. Annex these guys? Just 1.6, man. It's grim. Really wish one of these guys was available to kind of take this on. We want to bankroll these guys, but we can't. Oh, we can rival these guys again. Okay, let's do that. And so, that's nice. We can trade agreement with these guys. We can't bankroll. We can invite them to the customs union, giving them an obligation. I think we'll just give a trade agreement. And then look to get them in a little bit later. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a wait and then puppet these guys, which takes on a little bit more infamy. And if Prussia or these guys come against us, we try and... Actually, it just hurts so bad to do the puppet when we know the Dominion's better. So we're just going to Dominion Yunnan and hope that we can find a little bit more infamy along the way. Oh, wait. What is this? Oh, we're gonna have to load. I'm stupid. I'm a dum-dum. We don't have any sort of way in there. I mean, I guess we could maybe hope that they just back down, but that seems loose. We're just gonna load. I didn't realize we didn't have land access through there. I mean, I guess... if it pops off... yeah, we're just gonna load. Declare Mongolia instead. So it looks like we had an agitator mysteriously die or something to this effect. So we will be inviting our dear old friend Mr. Marx himself, Karl Marx, mainly for the memes. I don't even know if we'll promote him in, but he would help us go Council Republic if we wanted to. I don't really think we want to quite yet. We haven't reached the point where laissez-faire starts to fall off really too much yet, although we could go it. Let's see, what else could we do from these guys? Yeah, not really too much. State atheism, but we already kind of... Collectivized agriculture, wouldn't hate. I don't think... Can we even pass that yet? We need, no, we need command economy or cooperative ownership. Interesting. We also managed to get Protectorate Venezuela during this time, in addition to enforcing on Mongolia, which was a quick one, and then we're annexing these boyos because they have gold, and so that one will be good, and we are preparing our body for the, of course, secession movements that will accompany this annexation here. Well, I mean, I think Karl Marx has begun a campaign emphasizing the Menschenrechts Party, a pro-franchise platform promising greater expanding of voting rights for all segments of society. I think we're more than happy to give Mr. Marx plus 50 popularity, and this, in turn, will help to bring our trade unionists up, which is a nice little bonus. They're at, like, 10% clout right now. They got Karl Marx supporting them, and they are, well, they're just a little bit happy. But eventually we could, you know, look to just swap over to one of these other suffrage types. It should be pretty easy in force on these guys. We'll just send a couple of boats. Shouldn't be too bad. We'll send one boat. I think they have another spot that they own. Is it really just the one territory? It's Micronesia. Got it. So we'll send another little boy over there, and that should handle that. So after about 6 years, we finally get, you know, the Scramble for Africa alongside malaria prevention. This is going to be a pretty big one. We got it because we finished identification documents, which decreased the malice from being ahead of time for the Tier 4 tech. Now we're going to leave Tier 3 alone. We're going to look to let these spread to us. Notably, we cannot spread any society tech, and we want to make use of our spreading. So we're just going to leave this. Even though mutual funds is relatively good, I think we're just fine with tenant farmers, and so we'll just leave these and let other people pick them up. We have been rushing ahead of time on them. We will go for pump jacks now because that one's big nice, and then we'll probably make a beeline for a combustion engine after this. Something like this I think is pretty good, but we are going to make sure now that we are colonizing everywhere because we don't have to worry about severe malaria prevention, and we should be cutting off very quickly the UK here. We have an enormous amount of incorporated pops. We have 120 million incorporated pops, and so yeah, this should be pretty good. We're annexing these guys. We finished annexing these guys. We are maintaining, you know, some infamy decay, but not a lot. We would like to find a juicy war that makes a lot of sense. We can't quite find one. I think we're going to annex these guys next. The problem is they are doing a little bit, they have a little bit of colonizing left to do in Chile, and then we want to annex them. And we're going to get a lot of native uprisings too here, as it were, as this is going on. So this will be a little bit annoying, but yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Why do we have so much more now? Was it from a tech? We have a little bit of extra Diplo to work with. We've also, the ideological differences on Manchuria are just too big, and so we're just going to try and, we're damaging relations with them. We kicked them out of the customs union, and now we're trying to do this. Let's see if this is too big. Yeah, so the ideological differences are too big here too, so we're gonna stop bankrolling, we're gonna do this, and we're gonna start damaging relations. And we just need to get them under 20, and then we can go after them, and then we'll know we want to go after them because we have it off to the right here. But we do need to do this to finish like journal entry stuff for Russia, and so this will be fine. We do have like 400 extra here. Spain wants an alliance. They're offering us an obligation. I don't think we can, yeah, I don't think we want that. I don't think we want the trade agreement. But now we don't have to rival necessarily some of these guys. I think we're going to improve relations with, let's see, mine, it's all mine, with Mexico here, despite the fact that we are rivaling them. So it gives us a little bit of a refund because we don't know exactly what we want to spend. some of our Diplo on yet. And so we're just trying to manage the Diplo. Uyghuristan is importing stuff from us. They probably want to get back into the customs union, but no shot. We can either do this, or we can do this. Let's do this. We are also trying to pass protected speech. I think it's a little funny that migration controls, we have 3 boyos going for it. Volcanization is a big one. Volcanization is definitely a big one that we just got. So we're going to switch it on in one spot. And then what we're going to do is we are going to come in here and we are going to put all these on auto expand. In particular, the rubber is what we're concerned with. Oh, we have a ton of rubber stuff. We could probably swing that. And we're going to turn on steam donkeys on the rest of the things. We had them on a lot of them. And then, as long as we're not running a shortage, I think we just want to turn on more textile mills here. So, I wish you could sort by something. So let's take a look at Kursk. The substitution's negative. Hopefully, does that cause a shortage? It doesn't quite cause a shortage, and it should free up demand. Can we make a more legitimate government? Doesn't look like it. We are 91 righteous, though, so that's big nice. We will be, you know, we're starting to come up in terms of loyalists, which is going to make the bonuses easier to have. Well, I guess this guy's dying. Of course, never lamented losing a pacifist landowner. And so, yeah. Let's see if we can spend some of this as well. Just increase this. Just look to get it all out of the way, and then we can decrease it back down. Not sure which war that is, but either one of them is fine. And, yeah. Alright, we have an Exile available, so we're going to take a little bit of a risk here. This guy is well liked, so... and he's a Republican, which is okay, but we're going to look to exile him. The main reason is we are trying to roll someone who can pass multiculturalism. Notably, if you want to save scum, you can just save before you do this, and then like reboot the game, which will give you a different checksum, so you'll get a different guy, and then you can just guarantee yourselves a humanist or whatever. But we're going to exile him, and we're going to cross our fingers, and we're going to take a look, and we have a feminist. Feminist isn't bad. That's pretty good. That will allow us to possibly, you know, try and make a move for women's suffrage, which is pretty good. We're currently, you know, trying to pass protected speech. Maybe we just come off protected speech. We'd much rather have feminism, so why don't we just take a look and see how, if there's a way to put this guy in the party where it's legitimate looking. This isn't too bad. This is, it's kind of bad. We do want to make... this is kind of unfortunate. So we could try and pass... Yeah, I think we just stay on what we got. And look to pass feminism in the future when the IG gets a little bit more clout. Something like this. But it was a good shot. Hopefully we get a humanisty guy soon. A classic malaria prevention experience. We now have 3 native uprisings simultaneously. This will probably break our ability to expand for some time and accrue some, you know, amount of infamy in a useful and productive way. So we might even expel diplomats from some of the boys we want to try and... We've decided we want to militarily go after. Hopefully it won't come to that. I don't think it'll necessarily come to that. We are floating a little bit of extra... Diplo as it is, so I think we could just afford to, like, damage relations them down, and this is currently what we're doing. Also, my guy, Karl Marx, supporting, first of all, he's loved with the 90, pro-franchise activist, don't know what that means, pro-like, Paradox franchise, but he's supporting, universal suffrage with pretty high levels, so we might go for universal suffrage after protected speech, because protected speech is, of course, we have some front splits in this kind of area, but protected speech is going to be one that, should we just move this guy over, I guess? Yeah, we should just move him over. Really hate the way a front system actually requires micromanagement, but we're on voting, so I think we're going to go universal suffrage next. Classic US, starting a play against Mexico. Now, we're not allies with Mexico anymore, but they're starting it while they're in bankruptcy, which is, you know, very, very, very classic. But I think on this note, we are going to be helping Mexico out, along with Italy, which is a little bit interesting. But on that note, I think we're going to conclude this episode. things is we kind of had a little big world war earlier on in the episode. We got malaria prevention, so we're going to be taking all of this pretty much for the most part, getting a huge amount of labor, resources, and all this stuff, which is going to help out quite a lot. We are starting to get a little bit crimped on peasants and unemployment, or like peasants. Like, we're running out of available labor. In particular, a lot of our unemployment and all that stuff is over here, where we can't make as good use of it as we would like, peasants and this stuff. Although it is nice that they can migrate away from here to Anhui, this type of thing. Yeah, so that's another thing. And then, of course, we got our dear old friend, Karl Marx, whom we can, promote to various things eventually. And he is supporting a movement for universal suffrage, so we'll probably do that. Actually, we probably won't do that. Mr. Kirill is not a fan of it. Normally the Intelligentsia is a fan, but this guy is a positivist. Ugh. So this means we could go technocracy if we want, but we'd kind of rather go universal suffrage, pump up the trade unionists a little bit, and maybe plan to go like Council Republic like in the next 3 or 4 years or something, but I don't think that's going to happen. We can't get the Council Republic Marx. Anyways, good old Marx. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and other than that, have a good day.